An elite Yamam counter-terrorism officer, Arnon Zmora, aged 36, was honored today after succumbing to wounds sustained during yesterday's daring hostage rescue in Gaza. The operation, which successfully freed 4 Israeli hostages, saw intense combat. ILTV's editor-in-chief Mayan Hoffman has the full story.
An elite Yamam counter-terrorism officer, Arnon Zmora, 36, was laid to rest today after being critically wounded in a hostage rescue operation in the central Gaza Strip, which brought 4 Israeli hostages back home. Zmora is survived by his wife and 2 children. A major gun battle erupted Saturday during the extraction of Noah Argamani, 26, Almog Meirjan, 21, Andrei Koslov, 27, and Shlomi Ziv, 41, from the Gaza Strip. Zmora's vehicle came under fire. Forces quickly reached the scene to rescue him and the hostages, bringing them to a makeshift helipad in Gaza. Zmora was evacuated to a hospital in Israel in critical condition and succumbed to his wounds a short while later. The name of the hostage rescue operation was named Operation Arnon in his memory. On Saturday morning, the Israel Defense Forces, Shin Bet Security Agency, and Israel Police executed a high-risk operation, rescuing 4 hostages from Hamas in the Gaza Strip. The mission took place in broad daylight in an area where Israeli forces had not previously operated. The IDF had planned the operations for weeks, it said. At 11 a.m., Yamam and Shin Bet officers were ordered to raid 2 buildings in Nuseirat, where the hostages were held. The buildings were 200 meters apart, and the simultaneous raids aimed to prevent Hamas from killing the hostages once the rescue began, Israeli media reported. Argamani was held alone by Hamas guards in a Palestinian family's home, while the other 3 hostages were held in a different house, also with guards. Argamani's rescue was relatively smooth, the IDF said, but a gun battle occurred at the second location, where Meirjan, Koslov, and Ziv were being held. Hamas's media office reported that at least 210 people were killed during the operation. The IDF admitted to civilian casualties, but blamed Hamas for using hostages and fighting in densely populated areas. "We know of about 100 Palestinian casualties. I don't know how many of them are terrorists," said IDF spokesman Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari in a briefing, as reported by Reuters. This was the 3rd successful operation in 246 days since the Hamas-led attack on October 7th. World leaders, including U.S. President Joe Biden and French President Emmanuel Macron, praised the IDF's rescue operation. However, others condemned Israel for the high civilian casualties on the Palestinian side. European Union Foreign Minister Joseph Borrell called it, quote, another massacre of civilians, and demanded an end to the violence. Norway's Deputy Foreign Minister also strongly criticized Israel and called for a ceasefire. Egypt, too, condemned the attacks, citing violations of international law. Even as Israel celebrates the rescue of these hostages, Hamas still holds 116 of our people in its captivity.